So ChatGPT Agent Mode just booked my entire holiday, wrote follow-up emails, and researched my next business idea, all without me having to lift a finger. Most people are still using ChatGPT like a basic chatbot, while Agent Mode can literally work for you 24/7. I'm talking about AI that can take action, not just give you answers. I've found 7 incredible ways that you can use this that will change your life forever. And just one of these use cases alone saves me 2 hours every single day. So let's start off by breaking down exactly what ChatGPT Agent Mode is. And one of the easiest ways that I found to understand this is to think about it like an online virtual employee. This is basically like having a person with a laptop that can perform multi-step tasks on your behalf. So in Agent Mode, it can basically browse the web, it can even read files like spreadsheets and presentations, and it can also run recurring workflows. You essentially just give it a go, and then it figures out how to accomplish it step by step. So you no longer need to give it every exact step that you want to take. Now it actually has logic, and it can figure out how to do something given that exact goal. So if you think about it, right, now you're essentially like a CEO of a team. So you can delegate tasks and it will actually perform it without you having to look over your shoulders and tell it what to do. It's really very, very powerful. So my goal for this video is to get you comfortable with ChatGPT Agent Mode so you can understand how to use it in your life and your business. All right, so the first way to use ChatGPT Agent Mode is as a virtual productivity assistant. And basically everyone that's watching this video right now could do with an AI assistant that can send weekly reports and help with everyday tasks that's eating up your time. And one easy, very straightforward example is a daily morning report. You just type in something along the lines of this: act as my daily productivity assistant, review my calendar for today's meeting, scan my email inbox, and send me a clear summary of my top priorities every single morning at 8 a.m. And then all you do is just come down here, hit the plus button, and then you're gonna select Agent Mode. And then simply from here, you just want to connect your Gmail and your calendar so it has the full context on your schedule and the things that are going on in your life. Once those are connected, then you can go ahead and hit submit. Now, the cool part that I love about Agent Mode is that you can watch it do all of this in real time. It will pull your meetings, it will scan your inbox, then it will generate a clean priority list so that you're not starting the day overwhelmed with tabs, notification, and this random task that's fighting for your attention. And as you can see from my example, it's pulled all my meetings, all my key emails from the day, and it's organized everything into a clear priority list so that I know exactly what to focus on first. Another great idea is to have it create an end of the week report. So you can enter a prompt like this: every Friday at 5 p.m, send me a recap of the most important things that happened this week, plus a short report with what to pay attention to, what I did well, and what I should improve going into next week. This is a very easy way to start using ChatGPT Agent Mode immediately. I personally like it for compiling information and setting up reoccurring tasks, because this is the type of thing that you either forget or just waste time doing manually. And this saves you a solid amount of time every single week. Okay, so number 2 is using ChatGPT Agent Mode as a presentation maker. This is one of the quickest ways to turn a topic that looks messy into something that looks client ready so that you're not spending half of the day building slides. So here's an example of a type of prompt that you can give it. Pull together a 10-slide deck explaining how remote work is evolving in 2026. Break it down into 3 sections: hiring and team structure globally, the software and the systems companies rely on to stay productive, and how the definition of work-life balance is changing. And here you can see it's working, it's doing the research it needs, pulling information from multiple sources, reading through articles, collecting the points that actually matter, and if we're watching it in real time, it would look exactly like what a human would do. Research first, then organize, and then build the slides. We gave it a high-level task, and now it's handling the steps in between to be able to create the deck for us. It's not waiting for us to handle every single slide manually. It's deciding exactly what to include, how to structure it, and how to format it in a way that makes sense. Now, me personally, I don't sit and watch the entire thing because I don't think there's really a reason for it, but after a certain amount of time, it's going to be ready. And if it needs anything like a login or a file or a specific detail, or approval to access something, then it's going to simply prompt you for that. Depending on how complex your request is, it can take a few minutes or it can even take up to 30 minutes. But even if it's the worst case scenario and it takes like 30 minutes here, it's still saving you hours, because if a real human had to do this, it will probably take them 5 to 6 hours to compile all this information and create a presentable slide for you. So as you can see on your screen right now, you end up with a complete presentation, which saves you a lot of time and effort. And of course, you can still go in, tighten up some wording, change some visuals and everything like that, and add your own examples to make it feel more like your brand. Now, if some of you guys are wondering how I come up with these very detailed prompts, it's literally very easy. All you need to do is go over to ChatGPT and ask it to create a prompt for you. So ask me the key questions you need to create a high quality ChatGPT agent prompt for a professional business presentation. The deck should clearly explain what my business does, who it helps, the problem we solve, proof of results, and the rest of the information that you want it to fill out. And then after that, you just simply hit submit, and it will ask you for any kind of missing details that it needs from you. And then it will go ahead and generate a very strong prompt that you can use to enter into agent mode. And the main rule here is simple. The clearer you are on the outcome, the audience, the structure, the style, everything like that, the better decks and PDFs it will produce for you. Now, the third way to use ChatGPT agent mode is actually one of my favorite ways to use it, and that is as a trip planner. This is going to hit home for a lot of you because planning a trip can easily just turn into pure information overload. You start with a simple idea and then suddenly you're comparing flights, hotels, neighborhoods, reviews, train routes, all of that. And it honestly just becomes way more stressful than it needs to be. So for your next trip, go on ChatGPT agent mode and try a prompt like this. Plan a 6-day trip to Italy for under $2,600. I want a balance of culture and relaxation. For preferences, I want a 3-star hotel, great location for food spots, and must-see historical sites. Choose what airport you're going to departure from, how long you're going to stay, and then simply ask it to create 3 itinerary options with a full breakdown for each of them. This is exactly what an executive assistant would do. They would find the flight, find the dates that you want, and then map out the itinerary and then put everything in one spreadsheet so you can compare all of them without overthinking it. As you can see right now, it's created a 6-day itinerary for me. It's actually respected the budget that I've given it, and it's included the 3-star hotels that I've asked for. And now the next step is very simple. You just take the spreadsheet that it gives you and then you do a small amount of personal checks based on your preferences, and then you make a decision. But the heavy lifting, the research, the organizing, the formatting, all of that has been done by the AI. It saves you a huge amount of time up front, and it's organized in a way that's very easy for you to make a decision. Again, it's like having a very fast assistant that can handle all of the boring stuff for you. You can also use it for something very specific. For instance, like accommodation research. You can give it a prompt like this. I need a place in Barcelona from this day to this day. Give it your budget, so the amount of money that you want to spend on the entire trip. Then you can input the kind of preferences that you like. If you like the old style Airbnbs, or maybe you want to stay somewhere more modern, or you want to stay in a more specific area. All of your preferences, you add it into the prompt, and then it's going to give you a full spreadsheet of everything so that you can make an educated decision of which option that you want to take. All of these are just a couple ways that you can use ChatGPT agent mode, but the power is in your hands. You can get as creative as possible. The real mindset shift is this. If you genuinely had a smart assistant that acted fast on everything, what are some of the tasks that you would delegate to them that you keep putting off? Because I can guarantee you there's probably like 20 tasks sitting in your head right now that you haven't done. Not because they're difficult tasks to complete, but they're annoying and they take up a lot of time that you could be spending elsewhere. Now, number 4 on the list is deep research mode. This basically turns ChatGPT agent mode into an analysis, which means that you're not spending your precious time searching through the internet manually, digging through everything, trying to compile information and summarize it yourself. It can literally browse the internet on your behalf, scan a bunch of sources and articles, and then turn all of that into a very clear, concise report with all of the key points already organized. And you want real research-backed summary instead of you guessing. You could try something like this. Research the biggest trends in customer service automation for 2026. Include the most common use cases, the leading tools, pricing range, and risk like privacy or bad user experience. Then you just simply head over to agent mode and then switch it to deep research if you want. But since this video is focused on agent mode, what I'm going to do right here is a stick on agent mode and then simply hit submit. And then from here, it's going to move very fast. It's going to scan the website, gather everything that it needs, and then build a report for you without you having to micromanage every single step of the process. Listen, a report like this would have easily taken me a few hours because you have to go in and find all the sources yourself, compare them, extract what matters, and then actually write it up in a clean format. With ChatGPT Agent Mode, that entire process that I just described would just take a couple of minutes. And it's one of those areas where it saves serious time because let's be honest, there's no way you and I can browse the internet so fast, find all of these sources, and quickly produce something that's so organized and so usable. This is exactly why I use it for research and analysis all the time. Alright, so for use case number 5 for ChatGPT Agent Mode, we're going to be using it as a financial analysis. This is where it can take a spreadsheet or a document and then read what's inside of it, and then break it down in a way that make the numbers immediately useful. So here's a prompt that you can enter the next time you have a document or a long financial report that you need to analyze. Look through this monthly spreadsheet and find the easiest wins to reduce my expenses by $1,000 without hurting my lifestyle. Flag the top 3 categories to cut first, explain why, and give me the simple action plan for next month. We're gonna go ahead and click on the plus icon right here, add the file. So in this case, I'll add like my monthly budget that I'm trying to follow, and then I'll upload it as a spreadsheet or a PDF. And then from there, we'll go ahead and start working on this. Another great way that you can use this on the business side of things is that you can upload your next monthly profit to loss statement directly to the agent mode, and it will break everything down properly without you staring at rows of numbers for hours. You can prompt it something like this. You tell it to act as a financial analysis and then let it know that you're uploading your business document, and in this case is the profit to loss statement, and then you tell it to analyze the entire document. Call out any of the red flags, highlight the important parts of the document, and then at the end, give me a clear summary. We'll go ahead and add that file right now. So in this case, it might be like your P&L for the month. And then once it's uploading, it's gonna go ahead and read that entire document and then produce the report for you. Cool, so now let's move into the 6th way that we can use ChatGPT Agent Mode, and that is for content creation. So for example, you could enter a prompt like this, and this could be for any video out there that you're trying to model or make. I want to create a YouTube video titled 10 viral gadgets I would not buy again. Reference the top videos for this title by other creators. Help me write a script outline, SEO optimized title, thumbnail ideas, and a posting schedule. Trust me when I say, if you're a content creator watching this right now and you're not using AI, you're not using ChatGPT, you're honestly wasting a lot of time. Whether that's in the scripting phase, whether that's in the ideation phase, you could be speeding all of that up by implementing what I'm showing you in this video. Obviously, I'm not saying you should use AI for every single part of the process, but when it comes to creating an outline, actual body, like a structure of the video, this is like the go-to way of doing it. Don't think you can go in and make it script everything for you. That's how you end up sounding like everyone else that's using ChatGPT in the wrong way, and it just won't connect with your audience. Now, one of the biggest reasons that I see that videos outperform is because the idea is fine, but the delivery is messy. People tend to like ramble on, they jump around from point to point, they bury the value, and then the viewer loses interest. ChatGPT is really good at taking the topic and organize it into a very clean flow so your points land right in the exact order. So as I said, I recommend using it to build the outline first, then you bring your own personality, you bring your own examples into the scripts, your final opinions, and make it yours. It can also scan what's working across multiple videos, scan patterns, and give you ideas that you can use as inspiration. So you're not just creating from scratch every single time. Now, the next way to use ChatGPT Agent Mode is as a recurring information compiler. This is where it becomes genuinely useful because instead of you checking websites over and over again. It can do it for you on a schedule and then send you all of the information organized. To show you an example of this, let's say you're trying to book a flight, maybe you're on a holiday in a new city. You can enter a prompt like this and then get ChatGPT to search Airbnb, booking.com for a room or an apartment. All you have to do is just give it the budget, the time that you want to check in and check out, and then tell it what kind of preferences that you want. Maybe you want to be close to the sea, or maybe you want good Wi-Fi, or you want a modern place. Whatever it is, you give it that information and then you tell it to compile that information into a spreadsheet and then give you the top 5 ones with the links and the costs. So essentially what you're doing is telling the agent every single day at this specific time, I want you to look at all of these different websites and find me a room or an apartment and give me the best options. Every time I travel, I run a prompt like this and it saves me tons of time rather than me manually going through all of the listings and looking at different apartments and hotel. No, I can just have ChatGPT find the exact apartment, the exact hotel I want with all of the amenities and everything that I would want to book into. You just need to let it know the specific criteria that you want and all of the information about your stay. On the other hand, let's say you're hiring or you're looking for freelance talent and you want to use this exact same idea or concept that I just showed you, you can ask it to scan freelance websites and different places where these people hang out and then give you the information. So for example, you could enter a prompt like, every day at 8 o'clock, I want you to scan and then find a video editor, a thumbnail designer, a YouTube scriptwriter, whatever it may be. Give it the location, give it your budget per project, and then ask it to give you all of the listings within the last 72 hours and then compile the best matches in a spreadsheet. And then from there, it's going to give you all of the important details. It's going to give you all of the clients that match your job post, your budget, the exact type of people that you're looking to hire. And you can have it organized in any way that you want, whether it's a Google document, whether you want them to send you an email or a spreadsheet. This is why I keep driving the point home that you're essentially becoming a CEO of workflows. You can literally set up a team of agents that's going to do these repetitive tasks for you. But the real skill is knowing what you want done, writing clear prompts and sending them to run consistently. Everyone's life is essentially like a business. When you have these agents, you can have it doing every single part in a systematic way for you so that you don't have to think or stress yourself about these little repetitive tasks that can literally just be automated for you. Because it's flexible enough to fit whatever your life or your business needs. Whether you want help staying organized during research, planning, or automated or repetitive tasks, it can take a lot of your plate once you set it up properly. I really hope this video was helpful for you. I know I covered a lot in here today, so what I'm going to do is leave some helpful links down below for some resources and some more stuff that can really help you out on this journey of understanding and learning how to automate your life or your business. Now, if you want to take this a step further, then I recommend clicking the video on the screen right now, where I take you through how to set up repeatable systems so that you stop relying on motivation and your day just runs on autopilot. I'll see you over there.